It was reported late in the day yesterday or late in the show. We were doing crosstalk. I think Peggy saw the news first. She said, "Oh,
It was
here it is.
2:38.
Breaking news.
It was 2:38, Carm.
Caleb Williams has signed.
Yeah.
Roma Dunze signed earlier in the day." And I kept all night. I kept going to the Bears Instagram
for an official announcement.
Repost the picture of Caleb signing, and I kept wondering. I'm like, why don't the Bears have a picture? They got the picture of Rome. I added it to my story. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what the kids tell me.
Yeah.
I kept looking. I want to add Caleb's smiling face to my story, and it never happened. It never happened.
Right.
And then this morning, I got up and I checked, and I'm looking at the Bears' social media, and I'm like, why don't they have a nice picture of Caleb signing his contract? Caleb has not signed his contract, according to Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. Now, Florio doesn't think it's too big of a deal, but he writes this morning, Caleb Williams has signed his rookie contract unless he hasn't. Despite widespread reports Tuesday, the first overall pick has not signed his rookie deal. We've heard on multiple occasions since the reports first surfaced yesterday. The Bears have not responded to the question of whether Williams has indeed signed the contract or not. That said, the deal is essentially done. The haggling over some of the language is what matters now, and the process is being complicated. We're told by the fact that lawyers for Williams perhaps lack the knowledge and experience that come from being a full-time agent. We're told that Williams will get his full signing bonus not long after signing. As to the potential voiding of future guarantees and or offset language, it's unclear whether the lawyer is even aware of the nuances. Regardless, the deal is expected to be signed, and in the end, Williams likely won't be getting anything above and beyond what first-round rookies typically get. I mean, whether the lawyers are aware, I don't know. The lawyers probably dealt with contract law for, I can't imagine how long, if you're hiring a lawyer that specifically deals with labor law and contract law. How foreign could it be, honestly?
Well, you just have to familiarize yourself with the NFL rules and the standard NFL players contract.
I guess.
I mean, when you sign your NFL players contract, you get a copy of it. You could see it. You could take a look at it. So I'm sure if you've done any other NFL contracts, you're very familiar with what those look like.
They found the one lawyer who's never done any contract law for any NFL players. I don't know. I think still it is probably something that it doesn't sound like it'll be too big of a deal. So I don't know. It's not a big deal until it's a big deal, right?
It's not a big deal. We don't want you to use the franchise tag. No.
I don't know.
Will you use the franchise tag after year 5? Yes, of course we will. We want you to take that out. No. Absolutely not.
This can't be it can't be that complicated.
Here's your precedent. Deshaun Watson's contract that he signed with the Cleveland Browns. Right? $250 million, $240 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed. And then the rest of the players started away. We want fully guaranteed contracts too. And what the other 31 owners do. They called up the owner of the Cleveland Browns and said, you blankety blank, 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 blankety blank, 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 blankety blank. 31 of those phone calls came. And then one from the league probably came and asked, what are you guys, idiots? Are you dumb? Are you el stupido? Okay, so that's happened. You do not go out of the realm and start sacrificing things that have been negotiated into the contract. Franchise tag is negotiated and collectively bargained. It is in the contract. It's there, period. It's not there if you want to use it, you don't want to use it. They have to decide. The team decides. If Caleb Williams is going to be a player and they can't agree to a contract, then the franchise tag gets utilized. If we think Caleb Williams is going to be fantastic and they want to take care of him after year 3, then he's never going to have to worry about it. Never. The franchise tag is there. If you got a guy like Caleb Williams and he says, you know what, I like Chicago, but I don't love Chicago. I really love L.A.
Don't even.
You know what I'm saying? I really love L.A. So if I can convince him not to put the franchise tag on me, I'll be able, when I'm a free agent, be able to go anywhere. Well, they can only use it on you twice, right, Carm?
They can use it on you twice.
Twice.
No, it's franchise is 3 times, isn't it? Or is it only twice? Maybe it is only twice.
You can't use it the third time.
You can't.
You use it the once. You pay the average of the top 5 salaries, I think.
And then it goes to 120%
120% of the contract that you just signed with the player.
Yeah.
So say at that point it's $40 million.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So you agree to give him $40 million. Then the next year you agree to give him $48 million because that's 120% $40 million.
Yeah.
So 2 years, 88, whatever that is going to be. By the time he gets there, it's going to be a lot more than that. And then after the 48 million, then there you go. But I would be trading the individual.
I do. By the way, I do think it's 3 times. I think it's 3.
So what's the third time? 150% of that salary?
Yeah, again, it goes up to another level. Teams can tag a player 3 times. The value of the tag increases each time. The second time a player is tagged, they receive 120% raise. Over the previous year, the third and final time, it is a 144% raise. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 3 times for a franchise tag.
Over 48 million, 144%.
Yeah,
that's a 44% increase. That's pretty substantial.
I don't know
That's
how many.
almost a $24 million increase.
You know, sometimes we're doing things. We're trying to go off memory. This is just off the top of my head. I don't know how many times the team's ever even dared use it 3 times. Other than, am I wrong? Wasn't Kirk Cousins tagged 3 times by Washington, or am I wrong about that?
I don't
Aren't
know.
they the only team that I could be wrong? Again, I get confused. I remember stuff from the 80s and 90s when I was a kid better than now. They say that's common. When you're a kid, you don't have as much filling your brain, right?
Yeah.
Like, how can I name the entire 1984 starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs or the 79 We Are Family Pirates when I was like 3?
Right.
But I have a tough time remembering, did Washington use the tag on Kirk Cousins 3 times? It seems to be jumping out to me that they did. I might be wrong, but I think it is extremely rare. Extremely. But it can be used up to 3
I'll try
times.
to find the answer, but yeah, this is much to do about nothing. Get him into camp. I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do it differently. You want a percentage of team ownership. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Sign the contract. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see when you get here.
This is it. And again, you want to break the mold on the next one? Fine. That is, you will have earned that right by playing in this league and playing great. Why there's any drama with any rookie contract anymore in the NFL?
It shouldn't be.
There just should not be.
The veteran players sold you out.
They did. Yes, they did.
The veteran players sold you out.
This is it. They did. It's a crummy deal. Sorry, it's a crummy deal, especially for a first-round pick.
Yep.
You know, we should all have such crummy deals that we should all be so unfortunate, like Brandon Ayuk, that somebody wants to pay us $14.5 million in the 5th year. But I get it. Like, it is for most of us. You'd laugh at that, but for them, it is a crummy deal. The average lifespan of the NFL player is like 3.7 years. And the first rounders, because of the veterans, got an extra year slapped onto the back of their contract when they can go out and really earn. And it's a crummy deal for them. I get it. That's it. Sign it, be done.
That's all you have.
There should not be any drama. There's no negotiating. This is what it is.
Yep.
And you want to break the mold on the next one, go be awesome. Go play your first 3 years like Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Go play your first 3 years like Justin Herbert. Go play your first handful of years like Josh Allen. Go ahead.
Listen, the NFL,
and break the mold.
The NFL experience is one to be learned. He's learning. You're learning. This is what it's like. That's what it's going to be like. The shoe goes to the other hand.
The shoe goes to
the other hand.
That's awesome.
In the next contract, where the player gets somewhat of an advantage. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. Somehow the tables turn, I think.
Yeah.
That's when he breaks the mold. When
that's
he's
where you
awesome.
Get guaranteed money. That's when it's coming down to
when you're one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the league. That's when you break the mold.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Have at it. So again, like, I'm sure all of it'll get done. It's like, you know. But it was a surprising headline to see this morning on Pro Football Talk. Like, wait a minute, why is Caleb Williams there saying
He's
he
coming
hasn't
back.
signed his contract? But I did keep wondering. I'm not joking about that. I kept looking on the Bears' social media, like, why haven't they said something about Caleb's deal the way they did with Rome? So I'm assuming Florio is correct.
So
despite
I found
some of the early reporting yesterday.
So I found something just about the exclusive tag. It's only been used 4 times.
The
exclusive tag. And that was Drew Brees in 12, Von Miller in 16, Cousins in 17, and Le'Veon Bell in 2017.
So, Jurko, if he doesn't have a league certified agent, right? And he's dealing with these lawyers, and he even says, my lawyers are handing it, my team's handing it. Does the team send him the deal and then he sends it to the lawyers because he's acting as the agent? Is that how this would work?
Whatever arrangement he has, he's supposed to be negotiating the deal.
So, but as far as like the league goes, like he's almost acting as his own middleman before it goes to the lawyers?
He's supposed to be acting as his own agent. That's what he's supposed to be acting.
But he's not, because he keeps saying my team and my lawyers are handling it.
I understand that. I understand that. So obviously the information goes to him, then it would go to his lawyers, then his lawyers would send it back to him, and then they would go back. Yes, he would be the theoretical middleman. In theory only, though. Because you and I have a feeling they might have to send it to him, and then he's got to move it on so the Bears, can say, hey, we've sent everything to him. What advice he's getting from who is his business. That's not our business. So if his father and his group of lawyers are all sitting together in one room and his dad's getting the email and then his dad's sharing it with all the lawyers, that's the way it's working.
Could be an interesting conversation with Ryan Poles on Friday.
Yeah.
At 10:30
No,
a.m.
it'll be done. It'll be done by then.
You say that.
It will be.
We all thought it was done yesterday.
It will be, though, because, again, there's nothing to be done here.
But Ian, okay, so I saw a clip on NFL Network from Ian Rappaport, and this was a few days ago. This was on Monday, and he said, I wouldn't be worried even if this goes into August.
Whoa.
Now
That would be a little sucky
July
because you're
17th.
supposed to hit the ground running with this guy. Like that would be. They've got a lot of practices between now and August. Like they start practice on Saturday. That would be kind of crummy.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
But
crummy.
his wording was, I wouldn't be worried if this goes into August. If I'm a Bears fan, I wouldn't even be worried if this goes into August.
I don't care who says it. I promise you, Bears fans are going to be going nuts.
Well, that's
if
my
it goes
point,
into
is
August.
that if this goes into
They're gonna
August,
go
we're only in the middle of
bananas.
July. You got 2 more weeks here before you get to August.
They're going to go. And Bears fans are going to go absolutely ballistic if this spills into August. I can promise you that. And maybe at the end of the day, it'll be much ado about nothing. But can you imagine what the next 2 weeks will be like around these parts if he still hasn't signed? I don't think that's going to be the case. I didn't think we'd be talking about this right now because it sure seemed like it was done yesterday, but apparently it's not. But I can't imagine it takes too much longer. Cousins was not franchised that third time. At the time he signed the second franchise tag in Washington, he was to date, and I believe still the only quarterback to ever be tagged in consecutive years. They did not use it a third time because at some point, even a second time is cost prohibitive. You get when you're talking about 144% raise, you're really eating up a large.
How do you like me now?
Yeah.
To the general manager.
Yeah. Even to do it twice. I mean, Cousins did play on that tag twice. I knew it was at least twice. For some reason, I thought it might have even been the third time.
The quarterback tag this year was $38 million.
$38 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the wide receiver tag is like 24. Higgins is playing on a $24 million deal.
The running back tag is 11-1.
What's that punter tag?
It's like $5 million, shockingly enough. It's ridiculous. I always told you what they would make, $600,000. Punter would never see $1 million on my team. Never be a 2-comma guy.
Never?
Either the kicker, either.
Yeah, maybe
Never.
the kicker, not the punter.
Nope, neither the kicker.
Maybe the kicker.
Told
what
you.
If you had Justin, who's the kid in Baltimore? What's his name?
Tucker.
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, if you had Justin Tucker, maybe you pay him a couple. Maybe a Schmel Yerk?
Nope.
No? Boy, Miller's going to be pissed at us if he's
Harrison Butker, perhaps, Yerk?
Nope.
No, Harrison Butker. Isn't he? Didn't he just tell his wife to make him a sandwich?
Yeah. 675, guys. 675,000. Would you make your wife a sandwich?
Would I make my wife a sandwich? Of course.
I made my wife a sandwich.
Of
I
course.
cook dinner sometimes.
I cook all the time.
I would.
Boy, did you think Harrison Butker ever cooked? Like he doesn't dare.
I would love to be a stay-at-home husband. Are you kidding me?
Stay-at-home husband,
he
sure.
I was a stay-at-home husband for 2 days. Just that was great.
I couldn't
playing
do it.
video games.
I couldn't do it.
was
Well, I
awesome.
couldn't do it either because you'd go nuts. You got to get out of the house.
couldn't do it. Yeah.
I don't think it'd be an ego thing. I just think you couldn't be. Who would want to be in the house?
My
all
uncle
day?
Ito, his wife is a pediatric surgeon.
Yeah.
He's a stay-at-home dad.
Did he? Yeah.
He had no issues with it.
I would go nuts. I think I'd go stir crazy
He kept
again.
himself busy
did
with
he?
everything that needed to be done around the house. He'd be outside getting all the stuff done. He'd be inside
all right,
getting all the
if
stuff
I did
done.
something like that,
She's a pediatric surgeon,
he
for
doesn't
heaven's
have,
sake.
he doesn't have to do anything.
My uncle's off the boat. All he did was blue-collar jobs his whole life.
Again, it's not like ego wouldn't
I'm
get in the
still
way.
trying to figure out Uncle Ito landed that.
Who knows?
What were you doing?
Good-looking
kid?
Croatian, I
Good
guess.
for him.
It'd be
Him and my Uncle Donna were like the two wild and crazy guys from the 1970s, Steve Martin.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you,
Like
dude.
on SNL?
If you'd have saw these guys, I got pictures of these guys in the 70s.
We're
Leather
two wild and
jackets.
crazy
They got
guys.
the platform shoes.
That's awesome.
Just a leather jacket with no shirt on.
No
dude.
wonder why.
It was amazing.
It's fantastic.
I go, what were you guys doing in Chicago in 75?
Fantastic.
Making it happen, Johnny. Making it happen.
That's too good, man.
Oh, my God.
Do you think Harrison Butker ever even goes into his kitchen? Like, does he ever step foot? Or is
No,
he
there's
like,
nothing for him in there.
How,
Of course he's in his kitchen.
You think so?
Yeah.
But he never, you think he turns on the stove?
I think he has, yes.
It's the woman's
I think
job.
he's cooked breakfast.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
Absolutely.
He cannot fry an egg.
No
There
way.
is no
Absolutely.
shot.
You're crazy. No way.
Yeah, it takes him 5 minutes to make a 3-minute egg. That's what I always like to say about guys that aren't good in the kitchen.
No chance.
Matter of fact, I had some 3-minute eggs today.
Did you?
Yeah, the white is hard and the yolk is liquidy.
You like that?
Yeah,
You
I
like
love
like
it.
a soft boiled egg.
Yeah, we call it grusha tiaya.
Grusha tiaya.
Grusha tiaya.
Grusha tiaya.
And it's delicious, kid.
Is it?
The soft boiled egg. I think it's the way to go to have breakfast.
Okay. All right, we'll continue to follow any updates that we hear of, or let you know if there's any new development. But it went from Caleb signed to Mike
you know what
Florio
I
says
used
he hasn't signed
You
yet.
know, I used to cook the best
What you used to cook the best?
toast.
No, stop.
So
good
you
in
got a
the
hold of me.
Yeah.
You got a hold of me.
Now, you're good now in the kitchen.
You got a hold of me, Carm. I started to create some
You've
magic.
worked wonders, my man.
I even cured my own guanciale.
Oh, that's awesome, by the way. I've never even done
that's what
that.
you
That's
gotta do.
fantastic. Hey, did you hear there was a secret meeting between two pretty powerful people here in Chicago and in Illinois? Did you hear about this?
I did not hear
Pretty
about
powerful
this.
meeting, and it could affect the Bears in their new stadium. We'll talk about that coming up next. 312-332-3776. It's Carmen and Jurko.